Hey, guys. Okay, so we are literally like around the corner from fourth quarter, from Q4. And with that being said, you got to make sure that you are testing some things, going through some things, but you're also realizing where you are right now. Because guess what? Q4 is nothing like the rest of the year. There are so many more opportunities in Q4 than there are in the rest of the year. Y'all know we got Prime Day coming up. You know that we have Thanksgiving, you have Halloween, you have Christmas, some of the busiest times when it comes to what people are purchasing, how much is being purchased. This is our Super Bowl. This is our time. This is the moment where we get to go ahead and say, I'm going all in, and we going, listen, we going to see what happens. Okay. And then we come up for air in January, and then we rev up to do it all over again. So, with that being said, there's a couple things that we're going to hit on when it comes to Q4, because when we think about prepping for Q4, there's some things. So, tightening up when it comes to your content calendar. This is uh really interesting too, because we've already done some sessions highlighting some of these things. So if you want to go really deep, go back to some of those sessions. But prepping evergreen and giftable items, evergreen content this time of year, I know it's kind of hard because you're like, what do you consider evergreen versus what do you consider is just being seasonal? Because you have some things that are seasonal, but it's also evergreen. But you have some things that we see it one year and we may not see it another. This is also the time of year where you see people start revving up about a particular product that they are going to be blasting out for Black Friday. So if you're somebody that's doing toys, look at what some things, that are getting a little more popular right now. That'll be some trending stuff that Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, that whole week, people are going to be looking for it. Early shoppers. Yeah, right. La boo boo, cough, cough. Early shoppers are going to be literally going and picking that stuff up Prime Day. So when we think about Q4, we have to think about the whole Q4. I know we break it down, and because we meet weekly, we can break it down to week by week, and we can break it down month by month. But right now, I want you to look at Q4 as a whole. When you're looking at Q4, I want you to ask yourself, how much are you willing to invest? When it comes to products that you're willing to buy, what products are you looking to invest in that you can go ahead and gift to someone where it's going to have a flow. It's going to come in, you do the content, and it's going to go right back out. So you don't have to worry about housing it nowhere, storing it anywhere, where it's going to fit in your home. No, what's the content or the products that will be able to do just that? It will have a flow in your home, content done, out your home. We have to look at what are some things that just naturally bought during this time of year. Decorations, storage for decorations, Christmas trees. Now here's the thing, a lot of people go back and forth with a real tree versus a fake tree. This is the time for you to actually get it, not later. You don't want to wait to put up Christmas tree content right before Christmas, because people have already gotten it then. They've already been decorating it. They've already done all those things. There are people who are already putting up Christmas decorations right now. As cringy as that is, it's way too early, but there are some people that this is what they do. All fourth quarter is Christmas for them, and that's okay, right? Exactly. Yes, I've seen people with decorations outside already, and I was like, can we get through Thanksgiving? Can we have a little bit of Thanksgiving first? But again, people shop really early and they're already looking for it. So we talked about that's going to be, some of the things that we hit on today, optimizing your storefront and your links, and then some common pitfalls when it comes to Q4. So let's start. When it comes to your content calendar can be created in a couple different ways. Now, some people write out their content and how they want to present it. Other people, they keep it up here with the laundry list and the shopping and everything else. And kudos to you if you keep it up here. I can't. We gonna put it down on paper. So when we look at your content calendar should consist of a few things. First, what are the platforms that you're actually going to be posting on when it comes to the content you're creating? If you're somebody that doesn't post on IG, you don't post on Pinterest, this is not the time for you to try to start. This is not the time for you, because you're already you're wanting to try to rev up that momentum. If you've already started, this is the time for you to get that momentum going. But if you have not started at all, this is not the time to start. You're going to hold off. Here's why. Because when you start a platform, sharing on that platform, the only time that you're going to see a really big push, you're going to see it really go, is if something goes viral. And that means that you're trying to chase that white rabbit of going viral versus having a real strategy for presenting your content. So let's have a real strategy for presenting the content. If something goes viral, yay, good for you. But let's not make that the game changer, right? So what platforms are you already promoting on? What platforms are you going to focus on for fourth quarter? That means, how am I focusing? What links am I sharing? How am I sharing links? For me, one of the ways that I found that generates some great offsite for me has been posting in my stories. So I try to make sure I post a couple times a week in my story, because I can have the direct link to either the content on my storefront or the actual product, and it's gone in 24 hours. So I can actually post a price in there if I want to post a price, because it's gone in 24 hours. I can post that it's a whatever type of coupon they may have. I can post that because it's gone in 24 hours. Now, some people have been asking when it comes to having a Facebook group, if that's the way to go. I've seen some people do Facebook groups, but not all Facebook groups work. Simply because when it comes to being in the Facebook group, Facebook has made it so that people do not receive the actual notifications. So they don't know that you're posting in the group unless they're somebody who is consistently active. And it has to be a public group in order for you to be able to do it. And then there's some other little things. So you have to go to the terms of service to see what you can and cannot do. Again, is this the time for you to create a group at this exact moment? Mm-mm. But if you already have one that you can post in and that you are posting in, this is the time to rev up. So where are you promoting? Where are you posting? Second thing, when it comes to your content calendar, how often are you posting? Now, we know that Lane did some phenomenal things. Andrew and Antoine, they gave us some phenomenal information about automation. This is the time where your stuff should be set up so that way things can move on their own without you having to put each piece into place. That's where the automation shows up. If you go to the featured section in the Logi group, there's a pinned post there that has all 3 of the replays for automation. Set it, forget it. Now, are there some things that you need to do when it comes to your automation? If that is a part of your content calendar, your content strategy, yes, go back, make sure your links are working. There's been a lot of products that have come off of Amazon. There's been a lot of brands that have come off of Amazon. Make sure your content is doing well. This is your time where you can do a storefront search, a storefront check, health check. See if there's anything that's untagged, over tagged, or see if there's anything that is currently unavailable. Yeah. This is the time to do it. And make sure that you're doing it consistently throughout. So that way you're trying to catch things as you go through. Because guess what? Woo! It can be crazy. Look, Stephanie said it in the comments. Crazy new plan. I'm not doing anything special for Q4. Keep on keeping on. Like I mentioned in the earlier meeting, this is just a shiny object for me, which is true. Here's the thing. That's why your content calendar and your content strategy is definitely important. Now, again, because there are some great sales, then this may be, you add on what, or no, it allows you to determine what you're going to focus on when it comes to what you do offsite. On site, you should have that regular rotation. That's it. And she said, diving deeper into my niche and just focus on crafting right now. Exactly. Exactly. And there's people that have been doing this for years. And fourth quarter, you see everybody running to try to, okay, what's the new the new app? What's the new this? What's that? You gonna drain yourself and you're gonna get burnt out. You're gonna get burnt out. It's not the way to go. You will definitely get burnt out. Yeah. So that's something for you to pay very close attention to. So that's your content calendar and your content strategy. So again, look at what it is that you're doing. Look at where it is that you're already posting. Now's not the time you want to start something new, because again, that's taking your attention somewhere else, and it's pulling away from what is going to be your main focus for this quarter. Now, when we talk about evergreen content versus giftable items and trending items, again, we see that the Labubu right now is something that's trending, right? Is it going to be evergreen? We don't know. Is it something that's going to be popular during the holidays? It will. So that's when you determine, is it worth me trying to create content for it because they have clothing for them and everything else? Is it worth it if that's not your one of your categories that you focus on? It's not. Simply because you already had there's going to be a ton of people going in that direction. Now, you may get a few sales here and there, but it's going to be very saturated because again, we know fourth quarter is when people jump in to the program because they're looking for extra money to pay down credit cards. They're looking for extra money to be able to buy gifts. They're looking for extra money, and they figure this is the surefire way to do it. So you're going to find a lot of things are oversaturated. It may not be the one that you want to go for. Now, are there other products that you may want to go ahead and tap into instead? Yeah, go see what other things, how you go on a product page and you scroll down and it gives you other suggestions. What are some other suggestions down there that may be just as popular this year? What are some other suggestions that may be an off brand and things like that? That's how you would look at that. So that way you're not getting stuck trying to do something for something that's already oversaturated. Because y'all, when I tell y'all, a lot of these carousels are oversaturated. Well, no, I won't say a lot. A lot of these carousels are oversaturated for popular products and popular brands. They are. So typically, if you see something in Creator Connections, then you know that whoever is a part of the Creator Connection program all have access to it. So they all have access to asking for a sample. All have access to asking for, to working with the brand, to sharing the link. So they may not be the best options for you during this holiday season because you know that that's where everybody is looking. That's where everybody is gathered. But if you put in one of those products and you scroll down, you can definitely see what other products are similar. That again, if people are looking for that particular product, not necessarily that particular product or brand, they're looking for the product, not the brand. That may be your way in. Okay, let me scroll back a little bit. Yeah, it's been a lot going on. One seller said, yeah, yeah. I'm all about that money. If y'all haven't already gotten Oink, Oink is a really great extension for you to have, especially this time of year, especially because with Oink, you can do the today's fetch. The today's fetch allows you to be able to catch stuff that you may not already be getting in that sales come through, but you don't have the product, you don't have content for it, and you don't have to create content for it because we no longer have to put a link. So as long as we currently still have that option to do that with Oink, go for it, 100%. Um, Megan said, I just had a 6-foot pink Christmas tree delivered by UPS while we've been on the call. Exactly. This is the time to get it. They're already, because listen, and also when you go into a store, scan what's in the store. Use Amazon Lens, scan what's in the store and see what's on Amazon. That stuff that you're seeing in the store is right in people's face. So that may be something that you want to invest in and do content for, because you see it, so you know other people are seeing it and paying attention to it. That may be your way to go. Shoot, my B day is in 3 weeks. Let's get through this, right? Exactly. Now, Andrew just put something in the comments. I want to hit on it really quickly. Andrew said, I don't bother with the coupons personally. My income booster group was my shopping group, but Amazon changed the policy last year that said no more groups. So I never got to use it. Exactly. And the coupons, when you're putting it in a group, you got to be careful because the coupons expire, the sales expire. Like, we don't have a definite date when stuff expires. It's different if you had a date when it expired and you're like, oh, this is good for this next week. We don't have that. We have it when we have like Prime Day, which is easier for us to be able to do it. But for other stuff, we don't have it. And we don't. And so it just makes for a whole lot of confusion, whole lot of confusion when people are trying to buy because they're, oh, you said it was this price and it's not. And it's a lot. Danielle said, just did storefront health check today. So if you can see firsthand how I use if then, okay. I always forget what it stands for, but yes, to help with some of my smaller tasks to save some time. That part. If you have different your process or different tools for you to be able to save time, because again, your time is very valuable. You still got family to deal with. You still got direct. Some people still have a full-time job. Some people are going to school and doing this. So you want to make sure you're paying very close attention to what time you can actually put into Q4. Exactly. Danielle said, today was beauty day. Made my storefront beautiful. Made curations for my top categories. This is another thing. We're going to talk about that too. I've been scrambling to get things done since the hard drive failure. Yeah. And if that's another thing, if you have not seen everything that Andrew has been going through with this hard drive failure, if you don't have multiple places that you keep your content or a strategy on how to be able to take care of the stuff you have and everything, like Andrew is showing you in HD the whole process. Okay. Because having to go having something break down in the midst of it all is not what you want to happen. I'm glad that it happened when it did, because he got things in order and back up and running and in place before Q4. But woo, it's not easy as a content creator, but also as an author. I've been in a space where I've typed up a book and then my computer completely crashed, and where I thought it was, because it was something was going on with it, I thought it was uploading to the cloud. It wasn't. It's devastating. And I just saw an author who just made a post about how they apologized to all their readers because they were like, I know I had a set date for this new book to launch. I just lost the whole book and I am devastated. And they were like, I don't know when the date will be moved to, but it will have to be moved. Like, yeah, it can be really, really tough. Yes, 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 yes. Du- 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 du. I love it. Okay. If this, then that. There you go. I always look at it. Yeah, I always look at it and was like, whew, okay, that part. So make sure that you are taking care of the content. Also, make sure that you are um, paying close attention to your content. Another thing with Oink is that you're able to do that copyright check. Make sure that you are doing it. Again, this is the time to do it because there are some brands that are doing some shiesty icy stuff. There are some vendors that are doing shiesty icy stuff. There are some content creators that are doing shiesty icy stuff. This is the time for you to go and do that check on your storefront and to be able to say, oh, okay, this might be a copyright issue. Let me go ahead and do that and take care of that now. Amazon does fairly well with responding back. They do not always respond back immediately, but they do respond back. And they do typically take care of the situation when they are made aware of it. We've seen quite a few accounts be shut down. We've seen the same thing with YouTube as well with copyright. We've seen quite a few YouTube accounts shut down because you also know that we're in a group and people will post in a group, hey, check this account to see if your stuff is on this account, right? So you want to make sure that this is the time that you're doing that as well, and making sure that that is a part of your regular rotation. That's a part of your regular flow when it comes to your content and how you are, again, paying attention to what it is that you're putting out there. Yeah, you have a bunch of people in the group that they will report listen, an account. I've had a few accounts that stole something, but yeah, they will report an account expeditiously without hesitation. Simply because, again, that's our content. We work really hard on getting this content out. We work really hard on making sure that it fits all of the guidelines from Amazon. And we want to get paid for what it is that we actually do, right? It doesn't make sense that somebody else gets paid for what it is that we've actually done, and then they're not going to pay us for it. That part. So when we talked about the evergreen products, okay. So this is the time of year if you are in a space where it snows, snow blowers, um, leaf blowers, rakes. I know people don't use rakes as much, but some people still like old school. They like using a rake. But leaf blower, lawn mowers, even though it's the end of the summer, this is the time when lawn mowers are typically on sale around this time. So people go and buy them around this time. And lawn mowers are an evergreen product. People always use lawn mowers. If you have a washer or a dryer, something that has become an evergreen product kind of underneath the radar are the risers for washers and dryers. The risers and it's like a uh it's like a mat that you can put over top of it as well. that has started to kind of, that's been on the rise. People have been using them for a while, but we're starting to see more people do content for them. And there's been a lot of brands on Creator Connections looking for people to do content for them as well. Right? Mini pink cordless chainsaw. Right? This is the time for those type of tools because people are going to be using it, and it's evergreen. What are the things that you're using to clean your house this time of year? Yeah, right. Danielle said, think boring. Right? Because some of these things, and here's the thing, some of these things may not be things that you use, and that's okay. It may not be something that you're into using on a regular basis. And so this may be your first time. Use that as part of your content. This is your first time using a lawnmower. Use it. Give people the inside, give them all the insight about what it felt like using it for the first time, all of those things. This may be something where you may already have a lawnmower, but your neighbor may not have a lawnmower. Do the video for it. And again, what's the flow for the product when it comes into your home? Is it coming in and staying? Is it coming in and being given away? Is it coming in and being sold? Lane gave y'all some great insight when it came to being able to, release a lot of the products that he has coming. And y'all know Lane gets a lot of products in. Being able to release a lot of those products that he has coming in. What's your flow for the products? Because this time of year, again, there are a lot of brands and vendors that are trying to send stuff out. I've had brands that I've reached out and said, hey, I've checked your listing and I saw this particular product. I'm interested in doing a video for this one as well, if you need a video for it. And they've been willing because, again, you build up that relationship with the brand, then they're more willing to send you even more stuff. That part. You can't stress it enough to know the terms of service and OP agreement. Exactly. Stephanie said, I report. And also, if the influencer has a way to reach out on socials or something, I let them know what I saw as well. Exactly. Because again, we've put a lot of time into creating the content, getting the content out there, and we want to make sure that we're getting paid for what it is that we're actually doing. That part. That part. Um, and I will say this as well. Logi has some new products on the site. If you have not checked Logi's site recently, if you have not checked on Logi, the products, the opportunities section, our products, opportunities section, there are quite a few new brands on there. And so as we're going into the winter months, there are even sweatpants, y'all. There are sweatpants. There are scarves. There are some other things on there. So definitely go check that out. Because again, we know gloves, hats, scarves, coats, boots, they're evergreen. People are going to be shopping for them every year. Work boots, steel toe boots. People are going to be shopping for them regularly. The slip resistant shoes. People are going to always be shopping for those. So those are some of the things that you may want to look at too. Do, 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 do. Oh, now Danielle put the more boring, the more evergreen, right? I like satellite products, weed whackers, need strings. Exactly. So, what are some of the things that you would need for those evergreen products? That's what you need to kind of hone in on. And here's the thing, I'm saying this because I have products that I've done videos for that have been making me money for years. Like 2, 3 years, 3, 4 years. So not all products are going to just fall away. I have some that they make me money again, for the last couple years, and I only did one video for it, and that video is still converting. I have products that uh certain times a year, that particular product becomes really popular again, and it again, for years, it's still been making me money from that particular one. Andrew said, I know my younger cousin's going to be getting some toys this Christmas thanks to Logie. Exactly. There are a ton of stuff on Logie, so definitely go ahead and check that out. When we talk about giftable items, right? So what are some things that you know you need for your home versus some things that you know friends and family may want? Those may be some things that you go ahead, do videos for it, and then again, what's the flow for it? It goes right back out. So that way you don't have to have extra space for it, all those things. And y'all know we've already talked about when you're creating content for a product, go ahead and make multiple pieces of content that you can kind of go ahead and kind of chop up, and you can upload more than one video for the product. Make sure that you have a picture for it. If you have like a nice setup for a picture, do that as well. Okay. Next thing on the dockets, optimizing your storefront and your links. Okay. Q4, you want to make sure, again, that you're doing the health check and you're doing that daily fetch, right? When it comes to your storefront, if you have products that or older videos and you're like, they're not doing it so well, and you still have the product, it may be time for you to go and do a brand new video for that particular product. That's the time to do it, right? This is the time to do it. If you are looking at things on your storefront and you're like, I'm not really getting engagement on this particular thing, this is the time for you to look at what's working for your storefront if you're getting engagement on your storefront. Now, some people do not get engagement on their videos. They don't get engagement on the actual storefront. So some of you are like, it's not going to matter. If you're somebody who you know, and you can go into your dashboard to be able to determine if you're actually getting engagement on your storefront, you can look in your dashboard and it'll tell you where your clicks are coming from in your engagement. So once you do that, you'll be able to determine, okay, it's not really a big deal. So that may not be something that you work on. It may just be you putting your content out there, and then you don't really care how the storefront look as long as the stuff is up there. Right. Look, Danielle said it. My storefront isn't for shoppers, it's for the brands. Exactly. So if they click on a video, is it going to a product that they can actually, that's still available? Is the video working? Is it good lighting? Those type things, right? It makes a difference. For Q4, should we get into items that are not your normal niches, or should we stick to what we were doing during the year? So now this is a great question because it depends on what's been working for you. So for some, what they've been doing has been working for them. For somebody else, you may have niched down, and the niche that you niched down on is not working. So make it more about what it is that you typically already use during fourth quarter, what you're already getting for your home, what you're already getting when it comes to, now you may not be able to do this with every gift that you buy because you can't open up everything. Okay. We don't want to open up everything and have to rebox everything. But that's when going through friends list or seeing what friends are, how they're decorating their home, things like that, seeing if you can do videos with some of the stuff that they already have. This is the time to do that. Again, determine what it is that you can invest for Q4 products. But if you can't make an investment this Q4, that's fine. There's other means, there's other ways. Thrift stores, this is a good time for you to do yard sales. There's a bunch of people doing yard sales. You may go to a yard sale and find something. You may go to a Goodwill or a thrift store and find something and be able to do a video for it. Especially depending on where your Goodwill is, will determine what kind of products are available to you. It's a great option. Okay. Yeah, Andrew said same here. Danielle said, I'll review anything and everything. And again, you want to see what's going to work, what's not going to work. But Q4, you don't want to focus on trying to do too many new things. You want to focus on getting the stuff done. So you don't want to have to spend too much time. You don't want to spend more time searching for the stuff than you do actually putting the content up. Like your most important thing is actually getting the content up. You can still search for things, but don't get so inundated with just searching for stuff or finding which niche is going to work best for you during this quarter that you don't get content up. You want to still get content up. Like even though we're about to hit Prime Day, your stuff should be up this week. So that way next week you can go ahead and start promoting stuff. You can put stuff out. You can have your flow. But like the last 2 weeks, stuff should have already been being put up. So that way you good to go when it comes to this week. Right. Danielle said production line. Get a system going and pump out the content. Yep. The quicker turnaround time, the better for putting content out. Andrew said that's why I'm on the scramble. Exactly. So we are rocking and rolling. Okay. So that's when it comes to your storefront. For some, that is going to be something you focus on because you know that you draw people to your storefront. Other people, if that's not where you get your engagement, if that's not where your people are coming from or coming to, don't focus on how it look. Just get it done. So the other thing I will say when it comes to the curated list at the top and your pin post. Your pin post at the top of your storefront. I typically do 4. They let you do up to 8. I typically will do the 4 things that were the most popular sales from my last 2 weeks. And you can go right in your dashboard, or you can go right in not your dashboard, you can go right into the creator hub and be able to find that out. What was the most popular things for the last 2 weeks? Popular 4. I'll go ahead and I'll pin those 4 product videos or photos to the top of my storefront. But my curated list, you want to make sure, now this is the thing with the curated list, you want to make sure your curated list is less than like 10 things. Because they do use some of the curated lists. I've seen it once. I haven't seen it since, but I haven't gone back through and done another deep dive through Amazon's app. But I have seen where they have actually promoted, or they actually showed up, like a curated list showed up, and when you clicked on it, you could see the things. Again, I've only seen it once. I have not seen it since then, but I haven't done any more deep dives through Amazon to see if it's still up like that. But your curated list is typically 5 to 10 products is a good look, because you have to think your curated list is something that you want to go and they can easily go, and it's for one particular shopping category or something for just Christmas, or my top 10 finds for Prime Day, or like you can do lists like that. And your curated list are really great because they sit there. Your idea list, if you have Bendable or Pinterest, you should be sharing those out to Bendable and Pinterest. You should be sharing them out to both. Um, Wait, I'm making sure I got everything. Okay. Okay. Oh, so Danielle said why 4? So here's the thing. So they have where you can do 8. I get a lot of traffic on my storefront. So I only do 4 because they're typically coming because they're looking at what videos I just uploaded. And I don't want them to have to scroll, like feel like they have to do the endless scroll to get to the actual new content that I've put on the actual storefront. But again, if that's not where you're getting, if that's not where people are coming and buying from, then it doesn't matter. You can do the 8. But I know that since that's where I have people shopping on my storefront, I only do the 4. So that way it's not extra scrolling for them because they already have the curated list. Then they have the deals section that Amazon puts on there anyway. And then underneath that, they have your pinned posts. And then underneath that, they have new content. So that's my reasoning for only doing the 4. But if that's not where people are shopping, you can do the 8 because we don't know how here's the thing. We don't know if Amazon's actually doing anything when we pin a post or if it's just for whoever we bring to our storefront. I bring people to my storefront, so they typically see it. And that's also why I try to change it out every 2 weeks. Stephanie said, I have a list that I believe is being shared somewhere besides me. It has over 100 products on it and it gets random sales. Exactly. Now, is that the idea list or is that the curated list, Stephanie? Because yeah, Andrew said likely featured on the shop by interest or through creator ads. Mm-hmm. Danielle says, I have a different strategy for the curation. I have one of each kind of product. So one keyboard, one mouse, one game controller. Exactly. So again, when you're doing the curated list, it just depends on how you want to set it up. But those curated lists, it's like I want that to be when I'm looking at my store, when I'm looking at somebody else's storefront, because I do go through people's storefront and shop sometimes. And so I'm like, I just want to be able to, oh, okay, that's a storefront and they're doing, Thanksgiving decor. And I'll go in, check it out, see if there's something in there. So it depends. Yeah, an idea. Yeah, now the idea list, they haven't really said anything about, how many things we could put in the idea list. We could just keep putting it in there. I started creating more um idea lists because I share them out on my Venable list as well. But man, we could put stuff on the idea list forever. But yeah, you will see. And I think that's one of the reasons why they started doing the deals at the top, because it's based upon what you have in your idea list and what content you already have. That's where those deals are coming from. So if you're already putting stuff in your list, because some people say they don't do idea lists because they're like it's a waste of time, but they're pulling those deals from your idea list as well as your content. And so if you have stuff in your list and it's up there, you can still get paid for it if somebody is going through and seeing the deals at the top of your storefront. Mm-hmm. There you go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so I just saw in the comments, I'm confused about the 2. Oh, okay. So the idea list is on your storefront. It's embedded in your storefront amongst your content. And the idea list, you just add products that are on Amazon. You can create whatever title you want, whatever description, add it to the list whenever you want. Your curated list is at the top of your storefront before all of your content, and it's something they just implemented. It hasn't even been around for that long, but it's supposed to be like a in your face, here, shop now type deal. when it comes to your idea list, whenever you post new idea list or new content, it pushes everything down. So that was the reason why they gave us the curated list, because they stay there. They don't go anywhere. They're always at the top. Whereas your idea list can get pushed down unless you're sharing that particular one. You may not get as much engagement. But again, Amazon does have some ways that they share out the idea list as well. We don't know if they share out the curated list, but they share out the idea list. Let me know if that answered your question, or if you're still confused, you can always put your hand up as well and ask the question. Amazon suggests 20 to 7. Really? For the idea list, Andrew said Amazon suggests 20 to 75 products per list for the idea list. Right. Curations are the curated lists are but here's the thing, because you can also put idea lists in the curated list, which is the weirdest thing to me, but the curated list is your actual content. So your pictures, your videos. Another reason why it's really good to have pictures of your content, of your products that you're doing, because you can put those um in the curated list. And again, they they frown upon, now we've just found this out, we kind of frown upon if we're adding more than 3 products for a video. We saw that started coming up as being over tagged, which we never knew, because they give you the option to tag like 10 things. We started finding that out when we got Oink, and realized that's probably part of the reason why some of the videos were not getting engagement. Uh, but when it comes to a photo, it's not the same. It's not on the same playing field. So you can have a photo and have multiple items in the photo and tag multiple items, and you're fine. Videos, not so much. I have been making. Oh, they do. Andrew said they do share the curations as well. Angela said I have been making the same idea list and binnable list. Um, but I should make idea lists of additional products and then add them to the binnable list. Yes. So what I did was, and this was simple. This was a simple, easy way to do it. If you have Chat GPT, go into Chat GPT, tell Chat GPT what you want to do, what kind of list you want to create, and you're creating it for Amazon and binnable. And there you go. They'll give you a title. They'll give you, you can have them give you suggestions for the list as well. But they'll give you title, description, suggestions. You plug everything in, and you're good to go. And they'll even, if you have, however you have it, if you have it set up that way, they'll even suggest, do you want the title and description for this to be a Pinterest list, a Pinterest board as well? So that way you can get it all done at one time and knock it out. Cool. Yeah, they're shady and some stuff, but those of us who pay attention to things figure out the goodies for everyone. Yeah, exactly. Ask ChatGPT to give you multiple titles and descriptions. Stephanie said, I'm an over tagger. That's one of my favorite parts of Binnable. I can link a video and then all the individual products. Exactly. Yes, and create social posts as well. Right. So you can get it all done and be good to go. Just keep it moving, right? So that's a great way for you to optimize your storefront, is you're sharing out the links to videos, to content, you're sharing out the links to your idea list and your curated list. Now curated list, because sometimes you let those go. You may not want to share that link out to Binnable because you don't want it to be a broken link. But you can share it out, on social media and things like that, especially if you're sharing a picture of a product. You can share the curated link if you're sharing that on your stories. share the curated link so they can see all of the things in that curated list. Yes, Catherine said, yeah, Chat GPT will give you the links to the products they mentioned also. And of course, with Biddable, you want to do not just affiliate links, you want to do um, links to YouTube videos, TikToks. You want to do articles, like you want to switch it up if you're working on getting your list optimized over on Biddable. Yeah. If you're sharing it off site, you want to use your links. If it's a product that you're getting from Amazon, if you're sharing it from another one, especially if you're doing Bendable, what I'll do is I'll see if that particular brand is connected to Bendable for affiliate sales through that particular brand. And I'll do it that way too. So I'll post it and I may do the link for the actual product from the brand site as opposed to the Amazon link sometimes. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, wait, let me go back. Just double check because it's not always accurate. Very true. Um, Chat Chat GPT uses my Genius link since I gave him my API. Oh, come on. Also on Amazon, you have to link the exact product in a video in Binnable. If the product isn't on Amazon or simply isn't exactly what it is in the video, it can still be linked. Yes, and that's the thing. Binnable has been an interesting option. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Uh, got my first payout from Binnable, and again, since I'm using it to also optimize my TikTok videos as well as my storefront, um, it's been benefiting me. I absolutely love it. So we here for it. All right. Last thing I want to share, and then we can get ready to go, is some common pitfalls. Again, some people get really overstimulated this time of year because they're like trying to pull from everything. Take a deep breath, relax. If you get stuck on something, reach out. That's what we have the group for. Just do a post, tag somebody. We'll try to figure it out. Um, and this is also the time, again, if something's not working, it's all right. You don't have to be frustrated, and get to the point where now you're not doing anything. It's okay to put something to the side, go and do something else, complete that task, and come back to it if you need to. Trust me, there will be some times where you need to. How do you do TikTok videos in Binnable? So you just, yes, I just add the TikTok link. So if it's something that corresponds with one of my lists, I just add the TikTok link. Same thing, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, because it adds to the content you're putting out. Because I mean, the content that you're putting on the list, it also helps you getting the list optimized on Binnable because it's not just affiliate links. Mm-hmm. Yep. And somebody said adding your binnable list to your TikTok as well, especially depending on what you're doing. And well, no, for TikTok, it's just traffic. Well, no, it's traffic for me because I'm not in the TikTok affiliate program. So for me, it's just traffic. But for some others, and Stephanie just said yes, commission. For others, they do see sales. My only regret is the amount of time it took me to start using it after I signed up, right? I'll go back and I'm like, I'm so sorry, Eileen, for not listening to you when you first started talking about Bettable. Right. Yeah, I'm just making new words. I'm just making up new words. Flustered and frustrated. Frustrated. Yep, that's it. You heard it here first. Andrew said I'll be doing more on Bendable this weekend. Chat GPT is my Amazon influencer social media manager. Yep, exactly. Uh, right. There you go. For TikTok, to use business or non-business? I have a non-business account. Yeah, I thought about doing a business account, and then I was like, I'm not going to do all that. We just going to stay right where. And mind you, I'm like at like 900 and something, and I still can't get to that 1,000 follower point, like to be able to get into the program. It y'all, I just I'd be like, oh well. Mind you, I had 1,000 followers on my TikTok. I had more than 1,000 followers before. I shut down my TikTok like 2 years ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, and was like, yeah, I'm not doing with this no more. And I came back, and then now I'm regrowing it from after coming back. And so that part. Liz gave some insight in the comments. If you guys have Chat GPT, you can train up a custom voiceover agent, specifically loading all of Amazon's terms of services and creator rules and training it on not using medical terminology, etc. It's been super helpful and fast to bust out voiceovers based on the style of the video. Exactly. Right. This is your way to work smarter and harder. I mean, work smarter and harder. You're working harder because you're getting more out, but you're also working smarter because you're not doing as much of that piece of it. Because some people get they get frustrated when it comes time for them to do the voiceover because you're trying to think about what points you want to talk about. You're stumbling over your words. It just kind of helps to make it flow a lot easier. Now, not everybody likes it. Some people just like to go off the dome, off the rip, and whatever comes out comes out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, you can share it. Oh, it's over 4,000. Oh, okay. I don't know if you'll want to share that. You might want to put it in the group then, Liz. I don't know if you'll be able to put it all in the chat or if they'll be able to copy and paste it. Oh, there you go. A And I found another Chat GPT prompt that was a really good one that somebody gave me that somebody shared for YouTube as well. Um, I love that we're able to make it a lot easier. I plan on doing similar, Danielle. Just got to figure out how to do it all. Yes. Uh, Devin, my Chat GPT has taught me everything I know. Listen, um, right? Have another session on just Chat GPT because we didn't have people were asking about it. That's one of the suggested topics for a fireside chat. So we're gonna talk about it, but I want people that's gonna give some genuine information when it comes to some of these, yeah, some of these things that you could do with Chat GPT because people are doing a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Liz posted the link. If you have not seen it, go back, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, grab the link. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to grab it before and click on it before we close out. Um, that part. Really, Liz? Liz, you've been holding out on us. Liz, you've been holding out on us. Liz just said I have a ton of custom GPT trained up. Save so much time and energy. I have quite a few saved up. I feel like I got one for each, one for each thing. And I just be like, let's get it done. Let's get it done. That's it. Listen, yes. I sure will. Because I somebody said in one of the groups that we were using Chat GPT lazily because we weren't giving it a clear instruction. And once I started like breaking it down and giving it a much clearer instruction, oh, it changed the game. It changed the game. There's so much we all can do with ChatGPT. Yeah, even with just the free version. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because that whole when you get to a certain thing, gotta wait several hours. Yeah, that part. I've come across that too. That you definitely do. All right, y'all, we made it. So we'll work on that. Matter of fact, yeah, we that maybe that will be our fireside chat for next month for October. I feel like another. I feel like something was about to be delivered. Okay. Ooh, homework. Yes. Everyone bring a custom GPT to share. um, but your homework this weekend is make sure that you're looking at your process, you're looking at what you need to get done and how you're going to do it. And yes, we will have a conversation about the chat GPT and make that the next fireside chat. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming and joining us today. And again, any other questions, go ahead, put them right in the group. And you can tag myself, you can tag AHUD, tag anybody in the community that you have a specific question for. And we'll keep the conversation going. So you guys have a great rest of your day and a great weekend as well. See ya. Oh, and thank you, of course, to the team as well. I can't forget to say thank you to Emmy and the team behind the scene and AHUD for the opportunity to be able to share as well. Bye.